All right, buddy, I gotta tell you a side note. Before we jump into Crossroad Springs, I'm like, the first time that I saw you on the first episode, I'm like, why does his face look familiar?
Uh-oh.
No, I went back because I love When Hope Calls, and I'm thinking to myself,
Oh.
now my sister calls me and she goes, after watching the first episode, she goes, "Why does he look familiar?" I'm like, I gotta go look, I gotta go Google it because this is gonna drive me nuts. And I'm like, "Oh, Sam!" And then she was like, "I knew it," and I can't believe, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I know him. I don't know from where, but I know him. And then when I finally connected, I'm like, oh dang. I have to say before we jump into Crossroad Springs,
Yeah,
I have to touch base on, because you took over the role of Sam. Somebody, another actor played it.
I
You
did.
know,
Yeah.
this is the part I think fans don't realize. When you jump into a part like that, that's already been established with somebody else,
Hmm.
and then you jump into it, you had to probably get your footing. How was it for you?
It's incredibly nerve-wracking. It really is, and it's not actually the first time I've done this. But with When Hope Calls, I was very lucky. The cast was incredibly welcoming and so kind, and these kind of things, they happen all the time, and it's just kind of a part of the industry. And
Mm.
luckily, everybody like Cindy and Christopher, Hanukkah, everybody, the entire cast and crew were incredibly welcoming and supportive, and they know how like nerve-wracking it can be to step into another person's role. And it helped too because the crew is a crew that I've worked with many times before.
Mm.
And so that was nice to have some familiarity walking onto set. But it is challenging because, you know, um, the previous actor, Marshall is his name. He's such a great actor, and I don't know what the backstory is and why things went the way they did, but it's more so about the fans and their expectation. And there's people love the character Sam from season one, and so you have kind of a bit of pressure to carry on the legacy of the character and portray it in a way that the fans like and appreciate, because the two of us are very different actors. We bring different things to the role, and there's the potential that people are either going to love it or they're going to dislike it. And that's, I think, where the pressure comes, for me as an actor, because I just want to do the character and the story's justice for fans of the show.
It's the truth. I've had discussions with fans, I've had discussions with my family, and they're like,
Mm,
we talk about, and I'm like, you don't understand. When another actor or an actress jumps into a role that's been previously, portrayed by somebody else, one, you have to find your own footing, with getting how
yeah,
you want to create, this person to be. And then you have the expectations of so many people that have watched this show,
yeah,
you know, then it's like, okay, I got to find my own footing. I got to find out who Sam is, how
yeah.
Sam is going to be through me in verse to the previous person. So I had to touch base because I had to make you laugh on that, because literally I'm calling my sister before I called you, and I was like, why do we know him? And then
Yeah, I think it
she.
just I think it's just a matter of, staying true to who I am as an actor and how I would like to portray Sam, as opposed to, emulating what the previous version of Sam was, because I think then you might end up doing stuff that really isn't true to yourself, and then it won't play properly
Mhm.
on screen. And I had a similar situation with um, I had the incredible honor to play a character called Star-Lord in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game. And for all of us, the entire cast of the Guardians were like, we are going to be compared to the Hollywood. I'm going to
Mhm.
be directly compared to Chris Pratt. I was like, oh God. And it's terrifying. But, you just have to go in and, do the best job that you possibly can, portray the character in the way that you want to portray him, and pray and hope for the best. And luckily with that one too, the fans of the game were like over the top supportive, and I've had so many nice messages, both from the Guardians community and When Hope Calls community, reaching out with such kind words, and I just appreciate all the love and support for the characters that I pour my heart into. So thank you for everyone who has reached out. It really does mean the world, honestly.
I I had that down on my list because I'm like, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh,
Mm.
good Lord. What I mean, a voice part, but to do it with so much magnitude of the Hollywood that's been behind it.
Yeah, yeah, it's we were lucky on Guardians because they told us, from day one, like this is not the MCU Guardians. It's not it's not the film Guardians. It's our Guardians. It's our story. It's our version of these characters. So just make them yours and have fun with it. It didn't take the pressure away, like at all. But no, but it is a little freeing that you can just kind of do your own thing, and I'm very very lucky and blessed that it turned out really well, and people were really really happy with it, I think.
Well, let's jump in, buddy, on Crossroad Springs.
Sure.
I can almost, I can think how you got connected with this, but how did you get this idea of wanting to be a part of the show? Did they contact you? Did you do the whole normal, you know, audition for it?
No, I actually was. I keep going back to the words lucky and blessed, and I've just been, Bill Abbott, the head of Great American, um, text me out of nowhere. I had never been texted by Bill before, and he's like, "Hey, it's Bill Abbott from Great American Family," and I was like, "What?
Okay.
Hi." What's going on? Meanwhile, my heart is like, yeah, freaking out a little bit. I'm like, uh, uh, are
What
you
did I
mad at
do?
me? What did I do? But honestly, all kudos and so much love to Bill and his team, because he reached out and he's like, hey, we really loved what you did on When Hope Calls, and we've got another show coming, and we would love for you to be a part of it, and we're just kind of working out like where and how we want to place you. And I was like,
Okay.
yeah, like literally speechless. I was like, I love you, Bill. Yes, thank you. And that's kind of how it happened. And from what I've been told, there was kind of multiple characters in the background that they were considering me for, and then it ended up landing on Lewis Hedges, which was best case scenario for me, because I get to be married on the show to actually somebody who's a really good friend of mine in real life, Aaron Agostino, and we're really really good friends, and it's awesome because 90% of my scenes are with her, and we feed off each other so well. So yeah, Bill called me out of the blue, and that's how Crossroad Springs happened for me. I was very lucky, and thank you, Bill, eternally for for this opportunity. It's still a little mind blowing.
That's the part that fans and even myself don't realize. I mean, I've learned it from talking to so many of you. It's like you
Mm,
get a text, number one, but you get a text from like the big guy, and you're like, oh my God, what
yeah,
is, you know? And
yeah.
then it's like to be picked for a show like this. But I have to say, when I first met Lewis and Tina, which I love, Erin, I just talked to a couple weeks ago. She's unbelievable.
She
She's,
told me she loves you. She's like,
I
you're gonna
love
love
her too.
Donna. You're gonna love her. I was
I
like, I
love,
know.
I I honest to God, I love her too. And I love all of you guys. I mean, I've known Jonathan for a couple of years now. I've known Brittany a couple of years now. When
Amazing.
I first saw the dynamic of, actually the first previews of the show, and I saw so many, I'm like, oh my God, I know this one. Oh my God. And then when I started listening to the background of the show, and when I first watched episode one, and I love you and Tina, I love so many of the storylines on the show, but I think so many people going through the financial struggles of being married, having the first baby, a lot of husbands, a lot of dads have been in Lewis's shoes. For
Yeah.
you, when you first started reading those first couple of pages, like what were your first thoughts and how did you mentally prepare to bring him to life?
Yeah, I mean, the initial thoughts are like, wow, this is heavy. This is very real, and it's very, I think, relatable. Whether you have a child on the way, or you already have children, or you're
Mm-hmm.
just dealing with literally the struggles of life. We've all been there. I mean, I don't have children yet of my own, but like, I've certainly,
Four-legged one.
well, I do have a fur baby. That does count. That does count. But I mean, like, listen, like I've been at the bottom of the barrel where, I mean, this industry in and of itself is incredibly hard, and you know, there are times in this industry where the work is just not coming, and it doesn't come, and you don't necessarily know when your next paycheck is going to be, and the money that you do have saved is you're just watching the numbers just chop 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 chop, and you got a mortgage to pay, and you got car payments to pay, you got your phone bill to pay, you got a little doggo over there that needs to be fed, and he comes first.
Of
I'll
course.
I'll get rid of my cell phone before I stop feeding my dog. But do you know what I mean? Like it's Tina and Lewis are so relatable. Like they've moved to a new town. They've got a child on the way. Lewis had a brand new job and the plant shuts down. He loses his livelihood, and they have nowhere to go. Like it's sadly uh, probably more common than you think, and I think that's why it resonates so much with people. And like even if you're not at the bottom of the barrel, those pressures don't go away. Especially like financial pressures are one of the biggest thing I think couples probably talk about in their relationship is just
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's why the characters resonate so much with people. And reading the scripts for the first time, I was like, okay, we have a mantle to uphold, because this is so relatable, at just a base like humanistic level for so many people.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the really like the first thoughts when I saw Lewis and Tina together. I'm not married yet. I had a four-legged baby. But the financial aspect I went through before
Yeah.
living in this apartment where I live, so that resonated a lot to my heart because it
Yeah.
was like, along with all the rest of the stories on this show, it's not to say like a regular movie, a regular rom-com movie is not relatable, but this hits on so many levels. I've hit the financial struggles,
Yeah.
seeing how much, even though they're going through so much, it's not tearing them apart, but it's bringing them close together, Lewis and Tina. And
Yeah.
I think that's a true testament to you and Aaron bringing these characters to life, because it's one thing to read a script, but it's another thing to bring it to life and to make it feel resonating here, in the heart.
Yeah, I think like one of my favorite things about Lewis and Tina is that they really support each other, and it's like if one is down, the other one is lifting them up, and vice versa. Like, and you'll see throughout the season, like it happens constantly as they continue to deal with these struggles, and it's not just them too. It's the community around them in Crossroads Springs, and I don't want to get into spoiler territory and everything, but like there's other people in the community that help them as well. And it's really quite beautiful. And what's really nice about working with Aaron, again, like we actually are really close friends. Like we met a few 5 years ago on a movie called Christmas on Windmill Way, and we got very close after that, and we've been super close friends. I mean, we talk probably every week and help each other every week with auditions and stuff like that. We're kind of our go-to, person, and I think because we have that, friendship and that relationship, it allows us to be a little bit more open and a little bit more vulnerable when we're bringing ourselves to these characters, which is really, again, like I'm super blessed and I'm so grateful that Bill paired us up because we work really well together and we really love working together, and I'm excited for people to see where our characters go throughout the rest of the season.
When did you find out that Aaron was going to play, going to be Tina? Did you find right off the bat?
Um, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, I remember getting that initial, um, message from Bill, and I mean, I can't remember. I might be making this up, but we're usually in pretty close contact, like auditioning together all the time, and she knows Bill very well as well. So I'm sure I mentioned it to her, and I do remember we had conversations. She's like, "Yeah, I think I'm in talks for a part two, but I don't know." And it's all kind of a gray area until you know paperwork is signed, I guess. But I mean, the second it was like we told each other right away, and then obviously when we talk, and she's like, "I'm playing your wife," and I'm like, "No way!" Yeah. So yeah,
Spoilers. I'm
there's
going
so
to
much
be.
that happens behind the scenes that we don't really know until we're just told, "Hey, you got the part." And there's little things here and there, like my agent was just like, "Yeah, they're trying to place you, they're not sure where yet, we'll see what happens," you know wishy-washy gray area, and then you finally get the call or that email from your agent or manager being like, "You got the part."
And see, like, that's the part we don't, that concept we don't get, because it's like you guys do that part of the audition, and then you're literally holding your breath until they're like, oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you kind of learn to like let them go. Like this was a different situation. Like it's incredibly rare to just, get a message. I think this is probably the first time I've ever gotten, a message or a text from the CEO of a major network. Like ever. Like my heart dropped. I'm not joking. Like I was like,
Mine would have too.
oof. Yeah, it's just like crazy. But yeah, typically you audition, and then, if you've been doing it long enough, you learn to just audition, and then it's literally like it's like deleting something off your hard drive. Like the words are gone, the project is gone, and you just have to like let it go. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself nuts on every single audition, and it can, quite frankly, like if you don't learn to let things go, like it can become a little bit unhealthy because you're hanging on too tight, and it's not the way the industry works. You can't literally book every single audition that you go on. It's not a thing.
Well, you touched on that, and I think that's been like my biggest lesson from all of you, because we think on the other side of it, oh, you go do the audition, oh yeah, right off the bat, no, it's
No.
not. It's not an easy button with this industry,
Yeah.
and then of course after everything happened with the strike, COVID,
Yeah.
all of that, you guys were in limbo, so it's like it's not an easy strike, and I can understand
Yeah.
what you're saying, because you do it, you give your best for the audition, and then you're literally waiting until they're like, okay, yes or no.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of have to learn to not wait and not expect. You put your best foot forward, in your audition, and then yeah, you have to learn to let them go and almost not even think about them anymore, because you'll and there's some projects that you really 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 do want, like let's be honest here. You know, some projects come to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I want this so bad. You know, and you know
Mhm.
that's human, that's normal. But you do have to kind of, you know, just learn to kind of thicken up the skin a little bit, and otherwise you'll go crazy, straight up. And I have.
Hey, you're human, buddy. You're
Yeah,
human.
exactly, exactly.
I have to say, like the first initial scenes with Lewis and Tina, you
Hmm.
know, going, and I love Brittany. She's unbelievable.
Oh, she's
Um,
chef's kiss. She's the
I,
best.
it, all of you guys in this cast are dynamic, but it's like when you meet Brittany, your whole like, when you think like the world could get worse, you meet her. It's like, okay, the world is good because there's a good soul
Yeah,
like that in the world.
yeah,
But I love those, and I love those initial scenes when you guys were in the cafe and she gives you a meal,
yeah,
and I've been there. And I literally, when I saw those scenes, I was like, I choked up because it's like, you could see the emotional struggle between both Lewis and Tina, but here goes like a beautiful soul just extending a
yeah,
meal,
yeah.
you
She's
know.
like really that like kind of first glimmer of hope that there's still, you know, there's still good to come for Tina and Lewis, which is really really sweet. You know,
And
after
and
he
I
literally has to say like, no, sorry, just one sandwich and some water. It's just like, oh man, it's like, ugh.
and but I have to say, and it's like, and I told Aaron the same thing. I'm like, it's major kudos to the both of you because guys both brought those really raw and very real emotions.
Yeah,
You know, everybody's been there. No, I can't afford, especially after the circumstances the world has been. So it's
yeah,
like, then those scenes there, and then you guys are looking to stay in the place that you guys are living, and you're asking for that extension of time for you to be able to pay your room and board, your rent. And
yeah,
it's like those first, for me, like my family, it was, we automatically we thought of you guys as being like Joseph and Mary, you
yeah,
know uh,
yeah,
and I was like, it just
yeah,
struck. It was like, and kudos to the writers. I mean, they were amazing with that. But, for those of first official scenes, it had to be, I know you mentioned, really, emotional, but to bring them to life, that first episode, you guys knocked it out.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's nice to hear. We don't always get to hear that kind of stuff, so thank you.
No, you did, because it's like I said, we all in my family, we were like, my God, it was like Joseph and Mary all over again, a
Yeah, like
modern Joseph and
they're a
Mary.
little lost. They're far from where they came from. They've got no place to go. They're a little bit stuck, right? So, you know, but they have the kindness of the people around them in their new community that help to lift them up, and they don't give up on each other, and they don't give up on their family, which is it's a really beautiful story, and I'm really happy that it's resonating so much with people, because that we talked about it on set, like that's what we wanted. We were literally like, we feel like these two characters are just, they're all of us, like they're everybody who's ever struggled with anything, and we need to really nail this, because it's not just Tina and Lewis's story, it's everyone's story at some point in life, you
It
know.
had to be moving for you because even I just rewatched the second episode. It's like, again, a very real thing. You guys are going in, seeing the first pictures of the baby. I mean, it hits so much to home.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like yeah, their story beats are just the beats that we all experience in life, and that's like, they're not grandiose, they're not over the top, they're just like very grounded, relatable situations that for the most part everyone goes through in some way, shape, or form, you know, like maybe like you said, like maybe you don't have children yet, maybe you can't have children, but you've got a dog, and like everybody has something that they care about and they love, and they're trying to support that person, but things just aren't going their way, and like that's a very relatable human experience for everyone.
And it feels like I even said it to Erin, if and talking to all of you, it feels like it's changed all of you guys being a part of this story.
Yeah, yeah, it's really humbling when you get to kind of, you know, almost retell stuff that you've gone through yourself, or that you know is going to affect so many people because they've been there, and it's part of the reason we do what we do. Like I've always wanted to be in this, this medium and this art form to bring people together for the shared human experience. That's what it's all about, from happiness and pure joy to the nitty gritty sadness and the ugly stuff. It's all part of the human experience, and if you can touch a few people along the way or affect people's lives in some way, shape, or form, then like my job is done. And that's why it's really nice to hear so many people are resonating with this. It's awesome.
Yeah, it has been, and I told Erin, I said I wanted, even I told Brittany and Jonathan, I said I want to get. I've told like all of my family watchers, I'm like, listen, my aunt goes, can I watch it? I'm like, it's on Great American Pure Flix. Give me a break. I'm like, oh, she goes, well, I didn't know. I'm like, everybody can watch it.
Yeah.
Everybody can relate to it.
Yeah, there's so many characters on the show, and it's not just Tina and Lewis. It really is like grounded in real life situations, and it kind of tackles different points in everybody's lives through different characters on the show. And I think maybe that's why it's resonating so well with so many people, because not only is there Tina and Lewis, but you've got the Hamiltons struggling with their farm, and struggling with where, for some of the characters, where they are in life and what they want to do and where they want to be. And that is so relatable to so many people. It's like when I was like struggling with like staying in my hometown, or like going to chase this crazy acting career and following my dreams, like that's hard, it's difficult. And like if it's not like, it doesn't matter what that is, it doesn't matter if it's a job or something you just want to do with your life, travel, like it's these are not easy decisions in anyone's life, and it takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to do these things. And the show kind of it covers it all. Like they've done such an incredible job with the stories and the writing. It's amazing.
I know. And after I watched the live before the first episode aired, I was telling Kate, I'm like, you guys, I'm like, it looked like it was like an instantaneous connection right off the bat. And I love Kate. She's amazing also. All of them
Oh,
are. I
she's
mean,
fantastic. Yeah, yeah. No, we're really lucky. Like it's not always the case where everybody is just so you know gelled and molded together and instantaneously hits it off with each other. But I don't think there's anybody that's not getting along on this set. Like it's just been in a way, it's like lightning in a bottle. Like it's hard to catch, but when you catch it, you just gotta hold on to that, and just, I don't know, we're all having such a great time. So I'm so happy that it's resonating with the community.
yeah, and I would be remiss to say congratulations on the additional episodes. I was
Yeah.
literally, when Cameron and Bill were talking, Cameron's like, yeah, Bill's like, should we tell them? I'm like, will you just squeal already? What is it? And
Just
I
tell us.
and I literally, that was right after I talked to Jonathan. And I said to him, I said, because like I told you, I've known him a couple of years. I'm like, are you guys like gonna have like more episodes? Are gonna be more? And he's like, And I'm like, okay, I've done this long enough. I know that face. I'm thinking to myself, he knows and he can't squeal. And
Yeah.
then and then when I heard, I'm like, oh my God. And my aunt calls me and my grandma, they're like, does that usually happen? I'm like, no. But I said it's
No.
because the show is like gaining so much ground, but it had to be such a remarkable like blessing for all of you guys to automatically
Yeah.
get 4 more episodes.
Yeah, it's a dream come true. I mean, it's I don't think people realize this, but it's really rare as an actor to get on a show. Like it's not an everyday thing to just, become a recurring character on a show, but then to like after season one you think is all wrapped up and finished, they're like, oh, by the way, we're doing another 4 episodes. I'm like, what? Like it's just mind blowing. Yeah, it's sometimes I don't even have the words. I mumble and I stumble because I don't even know what to say. It still is like unbelievable to me.
Now, do you guys know, like, do you guys have an idea of when you have to go back to start filming these next 4?
I believe we're supposed to go back in the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. I don't have an official schedule yet for, specific days or anything like that, but I think we're supposed to start in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited. We're just waiting for the again, like I said earlier, you don't know until you know, and you just get the call from your agent or email being like, "Hey, here's when you're working.
Okay,
It's in a week. Go."
go. Ready,
Yeah,
set, go. Pack your bag and
yeah,
you're on the airplane and get to
yeah.
the airport. Okay.
Pretty much. I don't think people fully understand. Sometimes like there's very little turnaround from sometimes when you find out you've booked something to when you actually start the work. It's you have to get used to like picking up and going at a moment's notice.
Erin, we were talking because she told me about the upcoming scene when you guys have the baptism from when the baby, and she told me this story that obviously part of the time it was a doll, but when it was a real baby, she goes, she literally was holding it. She goes, you have to. I said, I'll mention it to him. She goes, I'm holding the baby, and we're like, please don't cry.
Yeah. And it was incredible. Like we both like you have to be very careful with babies. Like they're babies. Like you can't just like have them in someone else's arms for hours on end. Like shoot days are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, man, 13, 14 hours sometimes. Like they're long days, and you just can't do that to a baby, and they don't. So it's like, the baby's just off with its mom and dad, like doing its thing, and then like when you're ready for those close-ups on the baby, they just have to rush it in and like and get the shot. But like what I will say is that having the second Erin had that real baby in her arms, both of us like it's almost like it wasn't even acting anymore. It completely changed everything having this little human in our arms, and it was like, and it's not even my baby. We were like immediately like tearing up. We're like, oh, we're like, it's so like precious, and it just like, I don't know if Aaron touched on that, but like it like completely changed everything, not only for us, but like everybody in the room in the scene. It was incredible. I'll just say that. It was incredible. Thank you. Thank you, little guy.
That's what I was saying to her too. I said, you know, this is another aspect that I mean, we see what we see on the screen, but we don't see those dynamic parts where you're like, okay, the doll's got to go out. Now here comes the real baby.
Yeah.
It's a transition, for
Oh,
all of
it's
you guys.
yeah, it's like we were joking earlier. It's like when Argo back there like pokes his head up, like it just takes all of the attention. But then
Mhm.
like, you know, not to liken the child to a dog, but like amplify that by like 1,000. It's just like the baby came on set and everyone immediately was like shink. Everyone was like, "Oh, hi." It was just like, you almost have to like get everybody to like refocus because everybody is just like on this beautiful child, just like so in love with it. It's so cute.
Yeah, she was telling me, she goes, you can't, you're gonna love that scene. I said, I can't wait to see it.
Oh,
But it's, but I said, at that moment, because she was telling me, she goes, and then as soon as she said, as Jonathan baptized, she was like, got completely quiet. We were all nervous that
yeah.
he was
Oh,
gonna cry, and all,
we were
bam.
like all of the emotions just trying to keep it together, but it works because I imagine that is how you would be during your child's baptism. Like you're just like trying to keep it together. It's just I can't wait. I can't wait for people to see the scene. I think it's going to be I think it'll be one of the standouts in season one. I mean, I don't know what's to come yet in the rest of the episode, so I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself, but I'm
Hey,
excited
it's
for people to
okay.
see it.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay to be excited because I feel like there's much more to come
Oh
that
yeah.
we're gonna learn about Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think so.
I have to ask you, best
Hmm.
parts about playing Lewis so far?
Oh, best part about playing Lewis. I mean, not to repeat what I've already said, but it really is nice to play somebody who's dealing with the like everyday struggles that people go through. Like it's you don't always get to do that. Like oftentimes you're playing characters in situations that, quite frankly, nobody would ever experience, that are so over the top or like, but with Lewis and Tina, like they really are Lewis is the everyday man, and he's got those worries about providing for his family and providing for his child to come, and he's lost his job, and I've literally dealt with all of those things minus the child part, but like I can relate to all of those things, and it's so nice to play a character that I kind of knew from the start was going to resonate really well with people, and it's nice. It's an honor to get to play a role like that.
And I feel like now meeting and talking with you, I feel like there's parts of you in him. I could see parts of you in him.
Yeah, like we were mentioning it earlier, and you mentioned COVID. Like to be very open and honest, like I think it was like 2022, so it was kind of like mid COVID. 2022 like somehow was like a really great year in my career, despite like COVID. And then I think everything had shut down again going into 2023. And then there was a writer strike that happened. Um, there was the acting strike that happened, and all of those things, like those strikes, everybody kind of knew were coming, so productions were already slowing down late 2022. There wasn't a lot of work. Then of course, I think it was the writer's strike first, beginning of 2023. I might my timing might be off, but the point is that it was like the perfect storm, and I didn't work for like a year and a half. And so you come off a great year like 2022, and then you just get completely kicked to the ground. And like I mentioned earlier, like you have those points in your life, and you just see your bank account get chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped, and like everything shut down. You can't even go get another like side job, and it's just like like
Uh-huh.
the anxiety is at an all-time high. You're like kind of at an all-time low, and it just was like it was horrible. Like it really was horrible. And I hope, I pray we never have to go through anything like that again. Like I was like to the point where I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm literally getting down to like my last dollars here. And you
Yeah.
know and it wasn't until I think all of 2023. It wasn't until I think like halfway through 2024. I think I had one small thing. I had a couple of days on one thing in early 2024, but it still wasn't enough. You know what I mean? And then it wasn't until like late 2024, and then I got a couple gigs, and then we shot When Hope Calls, and I was like, Huh. Thank you. Somebody's looking out for me. Yeah, like legit. And it's just, yeah. Anyways, I'm getting a little long in the tooth here, but like,
You're okay.
it was a terrifying time. It really was, and I tried to channel, to your point, some of that into Lewis because I do know, you know, what that feels like. I really do, and I'm sure a lot of people do. Um,
Yeah. And that part, it broke my heart for a lot of you guys, after the writer's strike and then everything all it pretty
yeah.
much went down. And I was like,
It was the whole world. It was insane. Like, I
mm-hmm.
mean, a lot of people with 9 to 5s are lucky and they got to work from home and stuff like that. But like, it didn't change the fact that we're all cooped up. Grocery stores are closed sometimes and you can't go anywhere and you can't see your friends, you can't see your family. Like it was like a depressing time. It was really hard. Even when things opened back up, I remember there was a moment I was like, let's go to the mall. Like, let's just go walk around the
Uh-huh.
mall. And I got there and it was like the mall was packed as it always is. And there was a part of me that was like, oh, I don't let, and I got anxious being around other people, and then that made me upset because it was just like for like so long, like over a year, you're cooped up, and
Yeah.
you've got this fear in you of like, you know, not that I'm afraid of other people, but something just happened, and it was like an adjustment period. It's really messed up, like really messed up, and
Yeah.
it was a little insane.
Yeah. I think it was so much, because I can attest to that. And I agree with you because like like those first initial moments when I was allowed out, and I'm like, okay, where do I want to go? Do I
Yeah,
want to go to the food store? Do I want to go to the mall? You
yeah.
know, and then as the time progressed, and even now, you know, I've had COVID 2 more times after all of this.
Oh
And I'm
no.
just like, I talked to a friend of mine and I'm like, now with all the science and whatnot, it's just like a general, how you would keep yourself, wash your hands,
Yeah,
cover your mouth, that stuff.
yeah.
So, but I was so happy for you guys because my heart just tore when I saw you know, those first times. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys don't have anything. And
Mm.
then it's like seeing now, all of you, especially now, I love Jan's Happy Holiday, which was probably one of my first ones that I knew you from.
Oh, thank you.
And I love Vanessa.
Yeah,
She's another doll baby.
she is lovely.
Yeah, but it's like, and then when I saw you then when I finally connected with you in One No Calls, it's so nice to see it. And even now with you guys on CrossRoad, it's it, it was definitely God's plan with this show. And
Yeah,
I'm always seeing it within 2 episodes. I can only imagine what the remaining of the season looks like.
me too. I'm waiting to hear.
That's the thing because Jonathan told me and then Brittany told me you guys really didn't see the episodes until like after you guys stopped production.
Yeah, you don't really like it's every production is different. Sometimes you get a sneak peek right away. Most of the time you don't. Like part of it is like they don't want too many copies of a show or a movie or whatever it is,
Hmm.
out there before it's like officially released. So you often like don't get them at a time. They did send us the first 3 episodes to check out,
Hmm.
and that was because we're doing a lot of the live previews and stuff like that for PureFlix subscribers. So luckily we got to see a bunch of it ahead of time. But that's not always the case. And like with the next 4 episodes, like I haven't seen anything yet, like script wise. So I don't know yet where things are going. But I'm like chomping at the bit.
Let's
I'm
go.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with everyone. So
Well, congrats, buddy. I
oh,
mean,
thank you.
it's amazing. I told Erin the last time when I talked to her, I said, listen, when these next 4 episodes, I said I want to get you and John on together.
Oh yeah, I mean, we don't even live that far from each other. We could probably like we could probably actually meet up and be on the same camera if we can organize it.
Yeah, I told her because I said, you guys are just, I love all of you guys on the show. The show's amazing, but it's a true testament to who you are. You, from what I've seen, you've done, even when Hope calls till now. You're unbelievable, my friend.
Oh, thank
Congratulations.
you. It
Congrats.
really it's really it's almost overwhelming for me. It's really nice to have people. I mean, I just met you today, but that you don't even know, like, really root for you, and I'm gonna tear up. Support your work. I'm just very grateful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, honey. No, seriously.
What are you doing to me, Donna?
I'm sorry.
Ah,
No, I'm telling you, this is the whole reason why when this talk about a blessing 20 years ago was dumped in my lap, and I literally, I went to school for public relations, I went to school for media, then it was given to me and they're like, you're going to do a radio show, you're going to do a podcast. And
oh, cool.
I'm like, you're crazy. Who the hell is going to want to talk to me?
No, I'm not.
And then I'm like, whoa. So, I appreciate you because this is why I do it. People ask me all the time. I'm like, I'm equally as a fan as much as I'm a watcher, and I do this. I mean, there's both sides of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
it really is like the word community always comes to the forefront of my crazy brain because it really is. It's just a community of really great people, and I don't know if you guys know this, but it really does take all of us to make a show like this happen because it quite frankly it would not exist without you guys watching it. It really wouldn't. It's as simple as that. If there's nobody watching the show, it doesn't continue. And so we're so grateful, and I will do this forever. Okay, if the people are still watching and supporting, the work that I do, that we do, it's a team effort, and everybody really is a part of that. And I hope people recognize that we know that on our end.
and I told you, seriously, and I told everybody, I love all of you guys. You guys do a hell of a job,
Thank you.
and
We
it's,
love you. We love you guys.
oh, seriously,
For
because
real.
it's this, what you guys do, and everybody asks me all the time, I'm like, this is the reason why that I do what I do. Because I want to share the stories of a show this phenomenal. And I want to get to know everybody behind the scenes, all the actors
Yeah.
that bring these characters to life, because ultimately I'm extremely proud of all of you and I want to share, that love. And
Thank
you
you.
keep on rocking with Lewis.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Honestly.
You're welcome, honey. And I cannot wait to see. And I figure there's going to be a lot more of Lewis and Tina, but more, we're going to learn more about you
I hope
guys.
so. I have a question for you. What do you want to see from Lewis and Tina moving forward?
Wow. Okay.
I'm taking over the podcast and I'm asking the questions now.
No, go ahead. And, I think one of the first things to pop off the top of my head is I want to see how you guys, just navigate through life. I want
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
that through the struggles, how it brings you guys closer. Because
Yeah.
I know what the struggles have done, has brought me and helped me to find my strength.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see it. And I can't wait to see how Lewis and Tina, are parents.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be excited. It's gonna be exciting.
And I
Yeah,
love,
it's yeah, I'm really interested to see. Again, it's hard for me to speak to it because not all the episodes are out yet, and so I don't want to spoil things for people, but it'll be interesting to see not only with Lewis and Tina how their relationship grows, but how their relationship grows within the community and the people around them, and where they ultimately kind of land in the mix of Crossroad Springs. So sorry, I'm skirting around to not spoil things, but yeah.
I get it. Trust me.
But also,
You,
and beyond what I know already, but in the next 4 episodes, and you know, fingers crossed, maybe future seasons. I don't know.
let me tell you something. Before we end this call, and I told everybody, you can guarantee and you can follow me on Instagram. I will be here loud on the biggest megaphone I could find, using the power of social media and getting it out there. And trust me, Bill will know. Season 2. Hello.
I'm picturing you recording into your phone, but like with a megaphone yelling into your phone recording to get the
You
point
got me,
across.
buddy. You got me. You got
Even
me,
though
Bill.
that realistically, technologically would probably just, end up as a garble of just your speaker blowing up in your phone. But I want to see it.
Well, I'm telling you, follow me and you will. Because I told
Okay.
Aaron I just did a whole thing on my Instagram about
Did you
episode 2. I told my family, I'm like, you better have watched it. If not, I'm coming over and we're watching it together.
did you follow me?
Yeah.
What's your I'm going to do it right now in the middle of this podcast.
Ah, here I am. I'll show you. I'll send you. Hang on.
Oh, there. No. There we go. I already
Yeah.
found you. Follow back. Donna 1631 Media.
Yep. I just got you.
Everybody
Okay.
who's watching this podcast, follow Donna _16 _31 Media. Now. Do it.
That's it. That's it. I'm gonna tell Aaron. You know what? You
Do
were
it.
right,
Or
girlfriend.
you're not allowed to watch the show if you don't follow Donna. That's the new rule.
I'm gonna tell her, Aaron. You were right. I love him.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Aaron.
No, seriously, I love you, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Really.
And I love that little monkey behind you. You make sure that you give
I
him an extra
know.
treat.
Little dude's just resting right now. He actually, unfortunately, he tweaked his back a little bit, so we're just trying to keep him chill, and yeah, he's kind of on bed rest right now. We made a little pillow mountain over there for him. This is usually like the pillows are propped up and nice, but he's there, and I'm like, I'm not moving him. People can deal with the mess.
I had it with mine. He tweaked. I can't even tell you how many times he tweaked his legs. Gave me a heart
Yeah.
attack and a bunch of gray hair. But they
No.
do, and that's the hard part, to keep them in that one space.
I know. I know. It just
Poor baby.
they're like dogs are. I mean, all animals are the best, but just dogs to me we just don't even deserve them.
No,
They're the best.
I agree. I say it all the time. I'm like, we do not do enough to deserve the love that they give.
No,
The
no,
purest of souls.
I know. It's like it doesn't matter, what kind of day you've had. They don't care. They just love you. They're just
Hmm.
waiting for you always. They're the best.
Well, you give
They're
him
the
an extra
best.
treat from Aunt Donna.
I will. Did you hear that? Treat?
You
Oh
get an
no,
extra
he's
treat,
sleepy.
buddy.
He's sleepy. He'd normally be like, "Ooh, what?"
He's like, I heard it, but I'm trying to
Yeah,
sleep, lady.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
you
I
did
know.
get.
I've been around long enough. I know this game.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. You just said treat, Dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I'll believe it once you get off that chair and you give me a treat.
yeah, yeah.
You be well, my friend. And
Oh,
I
thank
told
you.
Aaron, and we will circle back towards when these next 4 episodes are done.
Please, yeah. Any time, I'd love to come back, and certainly if we can organize where the both of us are on at the same time. We did that just a few days ago on the live for the PureFlix subscribers. It was me, Aaron, and Bill. And actually, speaking of dogs, I told Bill, I'm like, Bill, Tina and Lewis need a dog as well. It just needs to happen.
Yes.
I have one for hire. He just lies around. He'll be easy to shoot.
He just turned his head like, no,
He's like, no, Dad.
no, this is
I'll
my
put it.
job.
I'll put it in his college fund.
Oh, my friend, I can't wait till we talk again. You be well.
You as well. Thank you so much, Donna.
You're welcome, honey. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.